Okay, sitting here waiting for everyone to get done with qualifying. I am not qualifying. Everything I said about the wheel on the dirt race can kind of back it down from the negative and go with a more positive look on this so far. The notching that I was feeling, it's, I guess, kind of a problem with that car. Someone with a direct drive said that they had that notching feeling as well, even on that car. It's still there, but it is not as bad. So, that is good news. I'm hoping that that trend continues. I don't know why the UMP is so different, but apparently it is. We are going to start 26 as the 16 car, but I went and got some WD-40, lubed up the clamp mechanism, and that has solved that issue. I went and bought gardening gloves, some really lightweight stuff to hopefully, not be hot, but still protect me from this wheel cover that they got on this. And they were too thick on the bottom, but I don't want something like the racing gloves just seem like, even the smaller ones, they seem like they use a really heavy material, and some pictures that I've seen of some look like it's really cheaply done. So then I remembered that I have some fighting gloves from back when I wasn't a fat nerd that played computer games all the time, and I bought for Krav Maga, and I went and got those, and it's like nearly perfect for this situation. I've got fingers that I can type with because all the fingers are cut off at just past the knuckle, and yeah, so only my fingertips really touch the material, and that's on the back side of the wheel, and they're light and they're comfortable. That's kind of perfect. So wasted some money on the gardening gloves, but didn't really think about what they would feel like trying to grip a wheel, and these are perfect. They're kind of the opposite, because all the padding is on the outside, right on your knuckles, so nothing is cramping up on the inside, and then being able to type is huge. So yeah, back to the wheel though, on how it feels. This thing just really feels good compared to the G29. Now, how's it going to feel later in the run? Am I going to be able to get the same feedback that I relied on to know if the car's getting too tight or too loose? That's what we're going to find out. This whole week is going to be new content, new issues, working through this wheel. But I am less down about the purchase. I still feel it might not be worth this much. If it was $400 for the wheel and a steering wheel, I think that would be a good deal. But having to add on another $150 to whatever you want, $200, depending on what style you're going for, that kind of prices it out of what I feel the value of it is. But we're going to see. I feel like on the straightaways, you don't have that weird pull to the right, wanting to wreck you type feeling that I was constantly getting with the G29, and you see many people do, where it just darts to the right on them. So, just getting that guy past, because no need to race it out. You're going to see it go red on the force feedback. It's not really clipping on my end, but apparently it thinks it is. Alright. I guess I am very slow. And good job. You got loose, and now we're going to be racing for 27th spot. So yeah, the feedback is smoother. There's still a notching feeling. Never going to get rid of that. If you want to get rid of that, you got to go direct drive. Look and see. Holy fuck. The car wasn't that low, dude. I was on the brakes as hard as I could be. Alright. We survived that time. I was slowing down. I just couldn't get it to slow down enough. Yeah. I was in a position where I have had to buy something because I couldn't trust the G29 to last until I found out if that new direct drive and the new motor that they are building themselves is actually going to be worth it. So I had to make the purchase. But I think the better equipment obviously is direct drive. Anytime you add, you know, when you're driving a car, when you're driving a race car, the steering wheel is connected directly to the shaft, and what iRacing is trying to simulate is the shaft movements. And you just, if you add more connections in between that, it's going to feel odd, it's going to feel a little off, and you're never going to be able to get perfectly smooth unless you're going directly into that. So, yeah, I think some of what I am feeling is I was way too hopeful about how good this would be, but it's also not terrible now. It's probably, I don't know how to quantify it. Like, I would say a G29 is $200, even though they're $400 normally. I'd say a G29 is worth about $200 with the wheel and the pedals. These pedals, the Thurstmaster LCMs, these pedals are $200 just for what they've given me. So that's how I can quantify that. The wheel at the moment, I would say maybe $300. And I know that they have a $300 base out there, but it also is said to have like some overheating issues, which I think is why this thing is so damn loud, because they didn't want to have that issue on this one. So yeah, I think this is about $300 overpriced, but I'm also really cheap. So the value I think things are, I don't know. It's good, but I think once we get into the regular season and I've gotten used to this, I might find things that are much better about it. But right now it seems like it probably should have cost me half as much as it did. And I probably could have waited for a sale and got it. But I would say altogether with the Sparco 310 rim and the TSWX or the P whatever, I know they've got like multiple names for the same damn thing. This one connects to Xbox. I don't even own an Xbox. It was just the one that they had for sale, so I said okay, because they all work with PC. That's all I care about. If you can find the package on sale and can get everything for about $400, the rim and the base, you're getting close to what it's worth. Anything over that, what I paid for it, I currently don't feel it's worth that. But I also haven't really had a loose moment. So, we'll see what happens when we get loose. I lifted there because it looked like they were going to hit ahead of us. This guy passed.
Inside. 31.37. Keep high. Clear inside.
Once I have a few loose moments, once I kind of feel and understand more about the feedback and what it's actually telling me, I'll be able to give a decent thought on it. But it's gotten better since my first race, because apparently the UMP is odd. I don't know what the hell's wrong with this setup. Maybe I'm just not driving 1 and 2 hard enough. Yeah, I think that was it. Alright, we can drive 1 and 2 a lot harder. I don't know why I'm lifting there, but I am. So yeah, once I figure out how it tells me tight, loose, the value might go up, but I'm saying don't pay $400 plus whatever it costs for the wheel rim. It's just, if you got the money, cool. But just a G29 is going to do just good enough for you anyways. And those are constantly on sale for $200. So, second wreck, but kind of disappointed. I got no speed. I'm feeling way off pace. Don't know if it's just the OSR set. This could just be this track. We are in a strong field too. I mean, we know that I have gained a lot of iRating based on some really crappy fields, so this might be a good adjusting race to drop me back down under 4,000. But yeah, we're going to do a lot of wheel talk this week, and then you're seeing this on Wednesday morning. There will be a lot of videos coming out today, trying to get the quick views and clicks for the new content. But yeah, definitely if you're looking for numbers on like smoothness,
that's it, go.
I would say this is probably a 90 out of 100, and a direct drive would be 100. And I've never used a direct drive, so maybe I'm just completely overestimating what a direct drive is. But I would say this is about a 90. But now that there's a direct drive that costs the exact same as it, you know, why pay for a slightly less smooth one? It could drop the prices in these though, so you all might be able to find value once they start having that competition. A G29 smoothness wise is a 50 or worse. Depends on how clunky it is. Felt like mine was at about a 30 smoothness, fighting through the clunking. And I mean, this thing's not even rattling around. Like, I know sometimes you can hear the G29 rattling around. This thing isn't doing that. Only thing that it's doing, the loudest noise it makes is the fan inside of it that sounds like very high-pitched, annoying sound. So I guess that's good. That means I'm not too old because I can still hear it. Doesn't seem to be bothering the cat, so she doesn't like, though, how fast it rotates on startup when it's plugged in if you restart the computer. Be very careful about that if you get this. The G25 or G29 and all the G20 whatevers, you know, they clunked one way and clunked the other. This thing tries to do it like 3 times faster than those, and I would not recommend. Make sure this thing's unplugged if you're not hooked up to something solid, because it could probably hurt itself quite bad with as fast as it does that little calibration.
Ready, going green.
Okay, so apparently we're in 23rd or 22nd, so way ahead of where we were when I started talking. Now we're gonna accordion hard because they all started going, and then the leader waited, and inside line accordion. Way ahead of where I should be.
1 minute 23.108. Stay high to the car on the low side.
Let's hope this thing doesn't snap on me now that I'm trying to go faster 1 and 2. A little loose, but luck wheel didn't get light or anything, so I felt like I could drive through it. Little blip. Get down here and hopefully we can keep up with these guys and not have to worry too much about the people behind us. But
31.965.
he got loose, I got loose. Okay, first loose moment. Very, very good feedback. I could feel when the car came back to me.
Still there, hold your line. You're up top, 3 wide. The yellow flag is out. Line up, single file.
That was very, very good feedback on
Pass 18,
the
car.
looseness.
Pass 30, car.
It wasn't like it just went completely dead. And I mean, I was loose for quite a while there and was able to catch it while not having to pedal it really hard. Good learning moment. Somehow, still looking at someone's bumper has made me loose. Thankfully, we didn't get just completely plowed over by the 30 car, or whoever that was, that shot up the inside. I knew I had to move to the outside to make room, because that was just a horrible spot to be slowing down. Alright, so first loose moment. Kind of freaked me out, but everything made sense. There wasn't any clicking or clunking through it. Just felt like the rear end got loose, and you could feel like the left front, and this is all just me making it up in my head from what I'm feeling, because obviously you're not going to be able to tell the difference between the left front or the right front, but it felt like the left front, you could feel it catching and finally straightening out. You can get that with the G29, but there's a lot of clunking and banging around in that, and not having that was nice and helpful. So yeah, still $350, $400 is all I would pay for this. Wait for sales, look for sales. I would never ever recommend buying used. I know that sometimes that's the only option if you're looking to upgrade and you don't have the extra little income that you can have to spend this stuff. But yeah, don't, if your lower tier equipment isn't broken or feeling like it's going to break, I wouldn't go out looking for something better unless you have a lot of expendable money that you don't really need. The pedals made a huge difference. This might make a huge difference in the long run of racing, but speed-wise, that fast lap on an oval, not going to do a damn thing for me. I'm guessing maybe on a road course it's going to be pretty good.
Pit road is closed.
Just kind of feeling what I'm feeling here. I think road racing might benefit, especially feeling those curves. I think I'm going to be able to really feel that now. But, yeah, wait. If you're looking for wheels, wait. Find out what that new direct drive for $400 is going to be like. Look for reviews. If everything's broke on you and you're in a situation like me where you need to make sure that you have a wheel, because you know, going a week without a wheel for me is really bad for the channel. This is a good purchase. I feel this thing will last for 5-6 years, as long as the cat doesn't somehow ruin it with her shedding. She needs to learn to clean up after herself. More vacuuming. But yeah, it just it was $660, I think, after taxes.
One to go. Next time
And
right,
it's not worth that price. It's not. The pedals were $200, but I got like $50 off because of reward money on my Amazon account. So the pedals definitely worth $200. If you can find a package where this wheel and the pedals are around $600, $700, might be worth it, just because the pedals add so much value. But again, you're still paying $500 for a wheel base that, well, a wheelbase and a steering wheel that I think packaged together should only cost $400. So, all right, enough about that. You've got my thoughts. You know how I feel. Let's go race. We're in 16th. Lots of people spinning out. We nearly spun out, so now we know how that feels. Maybe we'll get a long run and find out what a tight car feels like, but the way this is going, doubtful.
Green flag.
What the shit was that?
Inside, right side.
How did that guy do whatever the hell he did there?
9.978.
Did he shift to a wrong gear and then get it shifted back?
Single file. Pit road is closed. Passed up 17 cars.
Well, we got a 4X out of that. How? What did you do? That thing just, like, looked like he shifted in reverse and then shifted back. It just instantly turned on him. At low speed. That made no sense. But hey, I'm not losing too many spots under yellow, and that just cleared out a lot of the back of the field. Now, how much damage do we have? Probably not a whole lot. It didn't seem like too big of a hit. Whoever was behind me did a fairly decent job of checking up, but then I think they got cleared out. Top split. Here you go. This is what you get. Bunch of egos. Bunch of people driving over their damn heads trying to get it all at the start because current NASCAR racing is difficult to do much of anything when you're nearly wide open all the way around the track. Sorry, I'm being bad at pacing. Alright, well, under another caution, we're 25 minutes into this damn video and just past a quarter of the way. Yeah, I'm not sure about that direct drive. Like, I don't trust Fanatic, whatever the fuck they're called. I have it one way in my head, but I don't think it's right. But I don't really trust their customer service. Ooh, that's a good topic. Speaking of customer service, my brother, being the rich pilot that he is, who also has 7 cats, so if I ever go there, I'll put some pictures on Twitter of his crazy cat farm he has going on in his house. He bought a computer from Origin. I don't know who the hell they are. I don't know if they have any relation to what the EA thing is. I've never heard of him. I questioned him when he got that, but I think he got a laptop or something from there. He got a 3090, and then of course pandemic hit, the Bitcoin prices skyrocketed and caused a massive shortage of everything with electronics. So it got delayed, and so they're like, oh, we're sorry, we'll give this air overnight shipping to you. And so it shipped, and it wasn't air, it wasn't overnight, it was by a truck. It got delayed. It took like a week and a half, I think, to finally do all of its shipping, when they said that they were going to air it for being so late. And then he gets it, and the graphics card won't even start. So he had to take the graphics card out. A 3090, we all know how expensive that is, so I can only imagine how much he paid for the whole thing. And it just randomly comes on and off. I guess it's an issue that is with the card. But it's just like some of the worst customer service. Like, did they start it once and go, okay, that works? Or did they even start it with graphics card in? Because I'm thinking that they had everything else built, and then once they finally got the graphics card, they threw that in and didn't really check to see if everything was working right from there. So they had it just hooked up to the motherboard and, you know, got everything installed and did all they needed to there. But just a complete shit show on his end. And I mean, when you're spending that much money, it's so frustrating. And that's why I buy all my stuff pre-built, which is kind of what he did, but I buy it from Nebraska Furniture Mart, because if there's an issue, they can ship another one up in a day from Kansas City, and there's no long wait, there's no dealing with anything. I can walk into the store and say, hey, I paid this much, this is crap. I can put it on a card and pay payments on it, because there's no freaking way that I can afford. Like, this computer was on sale for 40% off, and it was $2,700, and that was back when I was making no money off of this, and like, without the YouTube money, I am broke as shit. Even though I live a good life, I can't do shit. So, yeah, that he has been so frustrated. It's just been one thing after another with that company, and then to get the thing and not even have it work properly. He's got it to work a few times. He's running VR. He said Long Beach looks amazing, but Oh, that was a misshift. But, yeah. It's, not a company I will ever give money to, for sure. Alright, well, we're back in 21st. I believe I was in 16th at, like, 3 feet ago of racing. That was a terrible start. I kept switching from first to second because I couldn't tell what the hell. I don't know why I'm lifting. Maybe because I see a wreck about to happen ahead of me. There's really no one left in this race, and we're only a few laps in, so... And it looks like one guy behind is really broken and off. And I'm not sure the other guys... I mean, we're pretty much dead last. So, save tires. Let's see what happens. Alright, a little more on the notching, because I just felt some there, but the notching that you feel in the G29, I don't know, this isn't going to make sense, because I already know it doesn't make sense, but this is a smooth notching. The G29 is a hard notching, and bigger notches. These are smaller, smoother notches, if that makes any sense. Alright, well, broken people are passing me because apparently I am just absolute dog shit. I don't know how to go fast here. Alright, he's broke on the straightaway. We can't let him past. We don't need to be fighting someone like that. He is very slow on the straightaway. I just need to quit lifting. I don't know why I keep lifting. Kind of checked out of this race. Oh, big push. The push feels as you would expect. Just like the G29. Had to lift there. Gotta get around this 26. He's having some slow moments. He's being like me and lifting off. And I think he just got loose there. The guy behind just blew up, so now we are in dead last. Do I go to the high side here? Scare him up. Ooh, big push on entry. Oh, that was bad. I can feel the push a lot sooner, which might be a bad thing because my instant reaction is when I feel that to start taking care of it, and it might not be as bad as I think it is. I'm going to turn the force feedback down just a tiny bit. Let's see what auto says. Auto's saying 13.1. I'm going to go 12.1. But yeah, that push, you don't get that push feeling, I think, as early in the G29. It doesn't become apparent right away. Alright, I'm going to do something stupid here. I'm going to check out what my tires are percentage-wise without taking them off. And then we're going to think about just 98, 97.
That's it, go!
So I'm just going to stay at the back here. not get ahead of these people because of fuel only. And we're gonna save a set. That guy just got a penalty.
Catch up, 26 car.
Yeah, still, I don't think my value is going to change, even when I go do some road racing. It's a much stronger wheel, it's heavier, like, weight-wise, it is way heavier. The, freaking, God, power, oh my God, why is my brain so stupid when I try to talk? I can't even think of the word. I know what it is. Power supply, there we go. For it is a brick. Like, it's not a brick, it's shaped as like a intake or turbo or something. Turbo. Yeah, I think turbo. I don't know. Mechanically, I'm stupid and I know nothing about cars. Sorry. It is ridiculously heavy. One thing I really hate about this, the USB cord they gave me is about half the length of what the G29 USB is. So I've had to plug it into the top of my computer instead of the ones in the back, and I have to unplug it, which is a good thing, I guess, anytime I take the wheel off the computer, which I would have had to have done anyways, so I guess it's good that it kind of forces me to do that, because I don't want this thing to try to turn while it's not hooked up. So yeah, that was kind of one thing that was weird, is they went with a much shorter USB. Where these plug in is straight off the back instead of underneath like the G29. I guess it's not a big deal. You're not going to clamp down on your cords like I've done it quite a few times on the G29, but it takes up even more space as you've got these things sticking straight out, and if I reach up there to tap on the keyboard and somehow hook the thing, I don't know, I'm just a little weary about, you know, the G29 wraps around and there's no way to unplug that on accident. And this, I could see myself somehow doing it. It would be really hard to do, but if I go to move the keyboard or something while I'm mid-race and something is under something, yeah, I could see something stupid like that happening. So, otherwise, everything else is pretty much the same. There's not a whole lot of options, and I'm going to have to play around with the options a bit. But I don't think, I never changed, I don't even think you could really change much on the G29. They got rid of all of that stuff. They started limiting it more and more every iteration of the G25, G27, and then the G29 was just nothing. But this was pretty much plug and play. I had to download the drivers, and then the computer recognized it, and I was able to get to the control panel.
Pace car is off, be ready. Green flag, green flag. One minute, 24.95. Outside.
I think I want to get around that 30 car.
Still there, hold your line.
And I would like to get around the 26, but I'm not going to be able to get the run I need. Looks like they're blocking up front, and
the yellow flag is out. Line up,
that's what I assumed was going to happen when I seen them go on low line blocking.
When the yellow flag came out.
And there you go. Guessing someone had to wreck someone to sell some setups. There's a free spot.
26 car. Pit road is now open.
Yeah, I seen those guys going down and blocking to the white line, and the angle they were going at did not look like it was going to be a fun corner entry, and someone got bumped. Don't know if it was anyone actually in that, but they went up and got stuck in the wall, and that's why they flew up. So we're going to go get some fuel. Make sure I don't accidentally take one of my sets of tires that I'm trying to hold on to, even though we're going to have like 5 sets of tires.
Move it, move it.
Yeah, one thing I will say though, the G29 was just bouncing all over the place, shaking my computer, and had less force. This has stronger force, and I haven't even noticed it shaking anything. So, it is an upgrade, but not quite the upgrade to justify the price. So, alright, if you watch the little white bar on the gear that you see going like left and right, when I turn it, you can feel the notching. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 4 notches already just in that bit. So there's quite a few small notches, but they're smooth. But it's still... it still makes it feel gamey, which,
That's it, go.
of course, we're playing a game. So it's one of those things where I didn't really feel that on the G29 too often until it started to make force. I feel this constantly.
Line up, single file.
And eventually I'll learn to ignore it. But when you're up to speed, you don't really feel it. You don't feel like it click into each notch, but you still feel like you're moving over it. Like, what would be a good comparison? I don't know. I'm not smart enough to give a good comparison on that, but it makes sense if you feel what this is, what it's like. I really wish we could just race so I could stop talking about this damn thing. I want to feel what it's like on a long run. So we're good to the end. I think we were good to the end anyways, but max fuel was showing
1 to go. Next time
44 laps. So that gives us green, white, checkered.
Coming up on halfway here.
But if there's a green, white, checkered, everyone's going to pit
1
with
minute 22.073.
with old tires anyways. Alright, so let's take a look. I know you can't see this. We've got one guy who is 1 lap down, and then it looks like everyone else is out of the race. So 23rd is the last car on track. mean, now we're at halfway. I guess we're slightly ahead of where we were at a quarter of the way, because that was 25 minutes. Now we're at 45 minutes. But I did also talk and do a pace lap, so that could have been 5 minutes. So 20 minutes to do 20 laps.
Get ready, going green.
I don't know about first gear. Like,
Pace car is off, be ready.
it has to be such a quick upshift.
Car outside, clear high.
Not looking to go race and get wrecked.
6, 7.
We've got an advantage of tires right now. If we go, what will be good is if we go like 15 laps and then everyone comes down and pits, and then we go another 15 or 20 and then a green-white checkered after another 10 or so laps, and then we all of a sudden have an extra set. But I don't think there's enough laps to even make the extra set. That was a weird loose on entry, big push. Forgot that I'm on old tires, even though I was talking about it at the time. There was a little bumping there into 3. I mean, it wasn't the jerky G29, but it was forces bouncing me around more than I had noticed before. Take a wider entry. Alright, there's the first time that it's ever kind of pulled to the right. So that's probably just like a older tire issue and not actually a G29 issue.
29.9.
It wasn't as bad still, but it was still not what you're expecting. Felt the car get a little looser there as he got up under my spoiler. It wasn't enough to have to check up or steer into it, but I felt it getting lighter. Whether I'm making that up in my head or not, I can't tell you, but big push up on the high side. They've got new tires, and I'm slow as hell, so.
Still there, hold your line. Clear inside. Car inside. Still there, inside. Clear.
I'm just really terrible here. Oh my god, I almost turned down on that guy.
Still there, hold your line. Clear inside.
Yeah, this isn't anything wheel related. This is just, I feel like this setup is really lacking speed. And it's very tight through 1 and 2. Very tight. Let's try some different entries since I am no longer in the race. We'll do some practice and try to figure out all the way off throttle. Kind of rotated better. Hit the center. Gain some ground there. Let's go with last lap comparison. Even so that's not good. I think they just were a little slower there, which made me feel like I was catching them. But it did rotate better.
30.359.
Having to get all the way off of it to rotate it, where everyone else is rotating on throttle. I also don't have my fancy setups from the setup guy, so since he only was giving me sets for NIS and Road to Pro, so we hadn't been to Texas, so I don't have one of his crazy good sets, which Daniel makes some amazing setups. They just fit what I need for driving. But it looks like we're coming back on a few of these guys now that they're hitting the tighter. I didn't rotate it into the corner on entry like I needed there. Did someone blow up? Or are they spinning? Or are they blinking? Well, I'm slow as shit, so I need to just gain as much as I can right away. I don't know what was causing that smoke. Very impressive, whatever it was. I think someone just got loose twice. Now we're sitting here blocking a little, maybe. Setup's coming back. We might be able to get into the top 15. But these are going to be tricky passes to make. Big loose by the cars up on the top side. Really big loose by both of them. They lost a lot of ground there off the corner. And now the 24 was trying to get in there, nearly pushed up. He wanted to close that gap, and then he backed down and then lost the gap. This guy's coming back after checking up. We'll just let him by. Well, I'm not going to have a choice because fucking push. Well, he decided to follow me there. I apologize for that. Don't do what I do because I'm bad. Got the rotation, but still felt like it was driving off the right front a little too much there, and then there it just wouldn't turn in. Use a little brake. That's the hardest thing with these brakes, is that situation where I'd like to drag the brakes a bit on entry. I feel it's much harder to do with the load cell. That's my only complaint about the pedals. Myself a bit of brake there on throttle. Trying to smooth that transition where the nose drops. I didn't do it right there, but just trying to test it out. This thing has gotten so tight. Alright, so there in the middle of the corner, the force feedback really tightened up, and then it felt like there was a rattle, like a rattlesnake tail in the center of the wheel. It wasn't moving the wheel, but it was just giving me this weird, I don't know what you're trying to simulate feel. Because that's not going to be forces that you feel, so I don't know if it's like trying to give me vibrations, or if I just got it in a weird spot on the notch that it was going one way and the other. Okay, don't know why that guy pit, but
31.173 outside. Keep low. Outside.
thank you, 7 car. He could have tried to hang on the outside there because I am that slow, but he didn't. Lights are turning on. We're into 18th place. Didn't get it to turn down like I needed there. We're going to lose a bit of time on exit. He got a bad push in the center though, so we lost time, but not to him. Well, the saving tires didn't work because everyone's still going to have 2 sets and I'm going to have 3 sets. And if we get a caution now, they aren't going to change. You're not going to get 3 times that you want to change. So it was worth the shot being as slow as I was. I don't think it really would have changed to where we were. What I need to focus on is getting down to the bottom in 1 and 2. That was a good lap, considering. Missed it just a bit. Be a little slow off the corner. 1.1 to the car ahead. We're nearly where we're supposed to finish, so that's good. I need to find a better entry into 3. There's got to be a better way to do it, because I feel like I've got a lift, and then it does a little wiggle. A little wider there, get a decent run. 13 to go.
30.959.
Now that we're getting a little slower and getting more of that tight feeling in the wheel, I'm feeling the notching more. Also feeling it on the straightaways. You kind of know that feeling if you've ever ran a G29, where it feels like you never can hold the wheel just in one spot. Force feedback's kind of taking you over a bump left and right, left and right. Kind of feeling that still with this. Kind of makes me want to lower the value of it to 350. We'll stick with 400 to be fair for the whole package and not just the base. These guys keep kind of running into each other or getting loose or something. I mean, it's going to help me slowly catch them, maybe. Only actually caught him by 0.2, so we're slow. Just gonna drive the hell out of it in 3 and 4 and hope that it doesn't snap on me like I think it is going to.
31.062.
Get off the gas before turn in. Get it to turn. Good run through 1 and 2. Much better than last lap. Now if we can get a really good run through 3 and 4. Well, we're going to join this party.
30.968.
That big early lift and coast into the corner is helping. The only place so that I'm faster than them is in 3 and 4. So that's going to make passing difficult because now we're getting a little tight. How can I do this? Is there a middle or high side to 3 and 4? We're about to find out. Well, we should be able to get past the 10 here. Had a run there, just going to dive it in, hope we make the pass. Okay, maybe diving it in like that is, what the hell happened there? How did that happen? Is that, I don't know what the fuck just happened, but I'm going to try it again. Just drive it the fuck in there on the bottom. Just need to get it slowed down a little more. Alright, well, we're a little quicker than I thought. Apparently I was just really underdriving, and that very shallow entry. I think that worked on the old one too, but that was a completely different corner.
31.088. Car outside. Still there, hold your line. Stay low.
Well, I'm glad I accidentally found that.
Clear outside.
I'm gonna stay a little higher here. See if we can get a run off. Not gonna be there.
Car outside. Still there.
Button's not where I need it to look right.
Outside clear. You've got 2 laps to go. Car outside. Clear high.
We're not going to do that dive in this time. I want to get a decent run. Make him think that I'm not going to do that anymore. Get a run off this corner, dive in, and hope we can do something. But he got a good run through 3 and 4. We're not going to be close enough.
31.209.
We're going to give it our all, though. Nothing. He figured out something and got a little more speed. Alright, well, 16th place, right where I was supposed to finish. It was ugly, though. It was very ugly.
Checkered flag, checkered flag. Okay.
We were on, what, like 8 lap older tires, maybe? But they didn't really have too much time on them. Yeah, you know what? I can be happy with that. We were very slow and able to get 16th where I'm supposed to finish. I can be happy. Let's see what those tires were at the end. 63.72, not terrible, but obviously way too tight. Normally you want the right rear to be worn more, because even is also too tight with this package. Let's take a look at what the hell caused all the yellows. And you know what? Is this guy still around? No. Good job to Jeff. That was a fun race. '19 and the 20. Little prediction code contact. 19 gets loose and then gets plowed through by the 4. And yeah, he just started snapping a little bit, got hit, and then everyone splits him. He's up on the wall, like he's not even moving, and that's what really confused me about. Jesus fuck, how far back am I? Like, I'm slowing down, but the car's on the wall, and the 12 car just, what? I mean, that was, you're fine where you're at. That car is not moving. You can follow the cars that are higher than you. He came all the way down. I don't know if he was looking at the 29. Oh yeah, 29 was coming at him pretty hot. But yeah, that one scared me. I thought I was gonna hit the inside wall or that guy. It just started to snap on me there too when I really got on the brakes. And now we got topside guy going down and blocking. Always stupid when someone does that. And then we got the 15. Let's see what actually happened. Yeah. Okay. You had the nose there. That was on the 22. It was close. Had the 22 just come down here. Okay, that's his corner. But then he held it, and then he kept coming down, and yeah, at some point, especially on lap 10, why are you fighting that hard? Some crunching. And that is the front stretch one, how it happened. Just, he wasn't clear and he came down, so. Does no one actually hit him? Wow. Oh. Of course, when he's completely clear of the track. Alright. Sorry. Sorry to whoever this guy is that plowed him. I think it was the 19 who's already had a bad day. Where the hell was he? Did I miss him? Blue car? Maybe it was the 23. Nope, it was the 19. So this is where I start checking up, and 30 car almost gets us. But he doesn't check up at all. No, he does good, though. Now, where's the 19 going? Like, he didn't get hit. He just starts going through the grass. He has no control. That was a bad decision. But he was having a bad race anyway, so. 4-car, who I believe cleared out the 19, then gets hit by the 15, who just drove up and took him out. There was really no need for that one. Yeah, what the? I forgot this even happened. What is this? Oh, he hit the grass. Okay, well, that makes a little more sense from what I saw. He just spun the tires up on a shift in the grass. That was like the worst timing possible. Yeah, he shifted right when he was going in the grass. That snapped the thing hard. And so I see that happen and go, what the? Alright. I don't check up. I don't hit the brakes hard. Then I do have to hit the brakes. I'm thinking that the 9's going to hit the wall, so I have to come down to the middle. Unfortunately, 18 is trying to check up, and the 17 gets him. 17 goes on fine. 38 goes plowing, and 4-car is wrecked. 24 is wrecked. Lots of people out, thankfully. That helps me get a 16th place finish. This guy had a really bad time. I mean, no offense, but get a better paint scheme, please. Some crunching on pit road. And here is the big dumb blocking. Let's see what this one looks like. Three car's got a good run. He goes low. 20 goes down to block. And the 3 just takes him out. Who's right and who's wrong? No one. It's idiotic either way at this point in the race. And nearly collected the entire field. Luckily, no one else got involved in their bullshit. But, yeah. Why are we doing that at lap 37? Little prediction code there, I think, with his wiggle. 15 gets a wall. A little wall. And this is where the smoke came from. 10 getting into the back of the 17. Then the 7 gets into the back of the 10, who gets into the back of the 17, and they're both drifting smoke. That's pretty impressive. They all keep going, and I gained a spot, sort of. And then I get bad push, and I think he had to kind of lift for me, and that gave him a bad push. And the crunch. And it's just not working out, man. It's like you might need to slow down in the middle of the corner. And are we paying to wreck? Yeah, we're paying to hit the wall. Not a whole lot's going to happen here. 24 goes and grabs the wall a little bit. Unfortunately, just a bit of a boring race for these guys bouncing into each other. This is the battle for the win. .25 got a bit of a bump there, and yeah, when you can do bump and runs on a 1.5 mile track, your package sucks. Like, it's no fun. Like, Daytona, Talladega, there's really no driving to it. It's just set up your car as loose as it can be without spinning. Alright, let's take a look at results and see what we gained or lost. That was worth the hour and 16 minutes. 5 iRating and lost 0.05 safety rating. So we got the 5s, but we finished 16th. Fastest lap is going to be dog shit. It's not as bad as I thought. I thought it was going to be a lot worse. But I really only beat 3 people. So, and this guy was damaged, I think. And this guy was really damaged after that contact. And this guy, I think, was a little damaged. So, I really didn't beat anyone other than the people that wrecked. But, no big deal. I'm just showing up and racing without practicing or even tweaking the setup. So, happy to get what I get. It's about the racing. And we had some good racing there with 30 trying to get around him, trying a few different things. So, and just getting used to this wheel. So, hopefully I give you some good info on the wheel. We'll have some more info once we do some road racing. Formula V will be coming out because it should be out now as you're watching this. And yeah, we'll see how that goes. So, thanks for watching.